What if the realm of the dead wasn't a place of fire and torment, but a cold, shadowy land ruled by a half-living, half-dead goddess? Meet Hel, the enigmatic ruler of the underworld in Norse mythology. Join us as we unravel the mysteries surrounding Hel, her origins, her otherworldly realm, and her role in the grand tapestry of Norse beliefs. Welcome, mortals, to our sanctuary of storytelling, where the echoes of ancient myths come to life. Today, we venture into the chilling embrace of Helheim, the realm of the dead, where the goddess Hel holds court. Before we begin, please like this video and subscribe to support us. Now, let the tale unfold. Hel, the goddess whose very name sends shivers down the spines of both mortals and immortals alike, emerges from the union between the trickster god Loki and the giantess Angerboda. Their forbidden love bore 3 monstrous children: Hel, the serpent Jormungandr, and the wolf Fenrir. Odin, god of wisdom, saw the growing threat these children posed and, in a move to protect his dominion, banished them from Asgard. Hel, adorned in her ethereal finery, was sent to rule over the realm of the dead, which was aptly named Helheim in her honor. Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, was cast into the depths of the ocean, destined to encircle the entire earth and grow ever larger. And Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, was left to roam the mortal realm, forever hungry and forever thwarted in its quest for sustenance. As Hel made her way through the ethereal halls of Helheim, her otherworldly presence sent tremors throughout the 9 realms. Who was Hel, and why was she so feared? Let's take a deeper dive into the icy depths of Norse mythology to find out. Imagine, if you will, a realm where the sun never shone and the moon never illuminated the night sky. A place shrouded in an eternal twilight, where the air was thick with the scent of decay and the only sounds were the whispers of the wind and the rustling of countless shadows. This was Helheim, the domain of the dead, where Hel, the goddess, held court. But who exactly was Hel? According to the ancient Norse, she was the personification of death itself, the force that inevitably awaited all living beings. Yet Hel was no grim reaper, no skeletal figure with a scythe. No, she was something far more complex, far more nuanced. Half of Hel's body was that of a beautiful woman, radiant and ethereal. Her skin as white as snow, her hair as black as raven's wings, her eyes as green as the deepest forest. But the other half of her being was a gruesome spectacle, a decaying corpse, bloated and foul, reeking of death and putrefaction. This was not some ghastly creature from a nightmare, but the other half of Hel, the goddess. In essence, Hel was a representation of the inevitable fate that awaited all living things, the ultimate equalizer, the great balancer. She was the embodiment of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, reminding all who believed in her that even the brightest flame flickers and fades, giving way to the eternal night of non-being. But Hel was more than just a symbol. She was also a force to be reckoned with, a powerful deity in her own right. Her will was absolute in Helheim, and those who entered her domain were subject to her whims. Now, let us paint a vivid picture of Hel's grand hall in Helheim, a place where the boundaries between life and death blurred and the souls of the departed found their final resting place. Imagine a vast, echoing chamber adorned with tapestries of night and shadows, where long tables stretched endlessly, inviting weary travelers to partake in a feast they could never finish. At the head of the table sat Hel, majestic and terrifying in her ethereal finery, her beauty a stark contrast to the stench of decay that clung to her decaying half. Beside her stood her loyal servants, pale, gaunt figures with hollow eyes that seemed to have been carved from the shadows themselves. They moved with an eerie grace, serving the goddess and her guests with chilling alacrity. The air in the hall was heavy with the scent of stale decay, yet strangely inviting. It was a place where the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest, where the echo of laughter mingled with the whisper of the departed. Here in Hell's great hall, the souls of the slain found solace. The dead and the dying felt at home. And it was here that Hel, the goddess of the dead, welcomed all who crossed the threshold, be they warrior or pauper, hero or villain. In her realm, there were no distinctions, no hierarchies. All were equal in death as they had been in life. Yet Hel's hall was not a place of torment, nor was Hel a cruel goddess. On the contrary, she offered her guests a modicum of comfort, a respite from the harsh realities of the mortal realm. For in Helheim, there was no pain, no sorrow, only an eternal, if unsettling, peace. But while Helheim may have been a place of rest, it was by no means a paradise. For those who found themselves in Hel's domain knew that they had entered a one-way realm, a place from which there was no return. They were in the shadow realm, cut off from the joys and sorrows of the living, forever trapped in the twilight world of the dead. Now, let's dive deeper into the chilling tales that feature Hel, the goddess of death, and uncover the secrets of her enigmatic nature through the myths and legends of Norse folklore. Hel, the enigmatic goddess of the dead, weaves her presence through various myths and legends, each adding another layer to her complex persona. In the Voluspa, one of the most significant poems in the Poetic Edda, Hel plays a pivotal role during the events of Ragnarok. During this apocalyptic event, when the world is consumed by fire and ice, Hel emerges from her shadowy realm to join the fray. Riding a chariot drawn by ghostly horses, she leads an army of the dead against the forces of evil, battling alongside the surviving gods and heroes. Another myth that features Hel is the tale of Hermodr, son of the god Thor. When Hermodr set out on a mission to negotiate a truce between the gods and the giants, he accidentally strayed into Helheim and was immediately seized by the goddess herself. Despite his status as a god, Hermodr was unable to escape Hel's clutches, symbolizing the inescapable nature of death. Upon hearing of her son's capture, Frigg, the goddess of motherhood, journeyed to Helheim to bargain for his release. However, Hel remained resolute, refusing to break the laws of the underworld. This myth highlights the unbending nature of the goddess and the finality she represented. Finally, let's delve into the legend of King Geirrod, a mortal ruler who inadvertently insulted the god Loki. In a fit of rage, Loki transformed Geirrod into a lifeless corpse and sent him plummeting to the underworld. Hel, recognizing the potential of this mortal, offered him a deal. If he agreed to become her consort, she would restore his life and grant him power. Unable to resist such an offer, Geirrod accepted and became the first human to ascend to godhood through his union with Hel. These myths and legends showcase the multifaceted nature of Hel, the goddess of the dead. She was not merely a ruler of the underworld, but an active participant in the affairs of both gods and mortals. Her presence added a layer of complexity and inevitability to Norse mythology, reminding believers that death, like the goddess herself, was both feared and revered. Hel, the goddess of the dead, emerged from the chilling depths of Norse mythology as a force to be reckoned with. Through her otherworldly realm, her haunting appearance and her role in shaping the fates of gods and mortals alike, Hel captivated our imagination and left an indelible mark on the tapestry of ancient beliefs. Her unwavering commitment to maintaining the balance between life and death, her refusal to compromise her principles, and her ability to shape the destinies of those who crossed her path serve as a testament to her enduring legacy. Even in the face of challenges, she stood firm, embodying the inexorable nature of death and the inevitability of change. Hel's story serves as a reminder that death, while often feared, is an integral part of the human experience, and that even in the darkest of realms there is a certain beauty and inevitability that must be acknowledged. We hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please remember to leave your thoughts, suggestions, and feedback in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss out on new mythological tales. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time for more adventures in mythology.